This is the MSI Cubi NUC AI Plus 3MG, and it is the latest iteration in MSI's mini PC lineup. In this video, I'm going to go over the 5 things that have upgraded from the previous generation and give a tour of the hardware. So let's dive in. So to quickly go over the upgrades for this newest generation, inside it features the new Intel Core Ultra 9 386H. That is a Panther Lake based processor, really performant in such a small package. Speaking of small packages, it has shrunk down from 0.8 liters to now 0.5 liters. This is a very, very small mini PC. MSI has also added another HDMI port around back, and now it can power up to 4 4K displays. And because the previous Core Ultra 200 series from Intel had on-package memory, it couldn't be upgraded, which it was a bummer. But luckily, Intel's Core Ultra 300 series does feature upgradable memory, and in this configuration we have 2 SODIMM slots. And the last new upgrade for this generation that I'm going to mention is the easy toolless access, which we might as well just go ahead and move into the next section, which gives us a closer look at the hardware itself. So before we go any further, I do want to point out that this video is sponsored by MSI. And what that means is that they asked us to highlight the Cubi NUC AI Plus 3MG here on our YouTube channel, but be rest assured all of the opinions in this video are my own, and we have final say over the video that gets put out on our channel. So with that out of the way, let's continue looking at this mini PC. So inside the box is all the essentials. You have a quick start guide, you have a VESA mounting plate, you have an external power switch, which is a really nice feature. You have the screws for the VESA mounting plate. You have a little latch for holding down a little cable. You have the power supply. This is a Chicory that is rated 120 watts. And then of course, you have the mini PC itself. The 3MG maintains the same stylings as the previous Cubi NUCs. Very simple, very sleek, nothing much on the top cover other than the MSI logo. Checking out the front of the device, we have 3 USB ports that are clearly labeled, which I appreciate. From left to right, we have a USB 2.0 port. In the middle here, we have a USB 10 gig, which is USB 3. And then we also have another USB 3 port, but this one is USB-C. And right next to it, we have the power button that doubles as a fingerprint sensor. Along the left side is a Kensington lock port hidden behind a little rubber grommet here, and then the power switch for the external button that you just take the little piece of plastic out with some pliers and then put in this power switch header, and you are off to the races. Along the right side, there is absolutely nothing, so let's look at the back. And you see there is venting for the processor that is inside, a barrel charger on the left side here, but don't worry, you can actually power this off of one of the USB-C ports. It's this one right here that has the little power plug. And then you have 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports at the top and 2 full-size HDMI ports. This one containing the ability to do Power Link, which is essentially MSI's version of HDMI CEC that you can use to power on the mini PC while you're powering on a display that is certified to work with it. And then of course the 2 2.5 gig Ethernet jacks. There's even more venting on the underside, including upgraded feet compared to the previous generation Cubi NUC. Here is the mounting bracket for the VESA mount, and then it has a toolless entry system, but it's got a little bit of a quirk, so let's zoom in for this. So the entry system is toolless, but in order to get started, you will need something to turn and unlock this screw right here, and then once it is unlocked, that means you can flip up this little handle right here, slide this over, and open up the mini PC. Looking a little bit closer at the bottom cover, we can see there is a large thermal pad that is attached to a copper heatsink, which is wicking away heat from the SSD itself. And you can also see here on the latching mechanism that there's this little hole that lines up with the Kensington lock port, which means that if somebody were to try to want to get into the mini PC, they couldn't if it was locked up because it goes all the way through to that bottom cover. Now, taking a closer look inside, you can see the full-size 2280 M.2 NVMe SSD is easy to access, as is the Wi-Fi adapter underneath. Then, of course, we have the 2 SODIMM modules here. You pull on the side, pull it up, and take it out. And putting the system back together is just as easy. Boom. Now, it's actually been pretty fun to see the evolution of the Cubi NUC series. I really do think that MSI is kind of leading the way on this mini PC revolution. And yes, this is more for enterprise customers or people who are looking for productivity tasks, but I do want to kind of put this through its paces and do some testing in a couple different scenarios just to see how much you can get out of such a small little system. Now, if you are interested in picking up an MSI Cubi NUC AI Plus 3MG, then you can do so starting May 1st. In terms of pricing, you can pick up the bare bones kit starting at $570. So maybe you already have an SSD or some SODIMM sitting around, then this is a good option. But if you want to go with a fully loaded situation like the one we're showing off here, that comes in at $1,670 US. So I will be doing some further testing with this system because I'm very excited to see what Panther Lake brings to the table. And let me know what you think I should test. Get down in the comments below, and while you're down there, be sure to hit subscribe for more PC hardware and software goodness. We'll catch you in the next one.